Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pacific Standard, guys. My name is Carter Briggs, and with me, as always, are my two co-hosts. I don't have one for this week. Abel Soika.
Barry, I'm a dentist.
And Mason Winter.
Hello.
I think with every episode, he sounds more glum.
Well, it depends if I can, anticipate what's coming for the episode.
He hated this one.
Anyway, this week we are talking about 2002's Punch Drunk Love, an Adam Sandler Oscar bait vehicle. Abel, why don't you tell us what happened in this one?
Adam Sandler plays this guy, Barry. He's incredibly socially awkward, incredibly anxious, a little depressed.
Little is crazy.
Pretty autistic. A very unique person, and the whole movie's kind of a character study on this person. And he has a business where he's selling fungers and buying pudding to get frequent flyer miles because he figured out a loophole. He's got 7 sisters that all treat him horribly. Yeah, they don't know how to interact with them at all. And yeah, he start talking to this girl that one of his sisters tries to set him up with, and she kind of just thinks he's cute, and they get along, and she kind of is able to let him open up a little bit and not feel so ashamed of himself. And all of this is happening while he is getting harassed and robbed by this group of thieves from Utah that got his social security number and stuff from a phone sex line that they operate. And yeah, that's the movie. He kind of is able to stand up to him and be like, fuck off to the phone sex people who are harassing him. And yeah, it's a cute, fun little 95-minute art house rom-com. Carter, what did you think about this movie?
Okay, I had a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
One, I think it's shot and paced really well. I think it's a really well-directed movie.
Cool.
I would even say, you know what? I think it's a really well-directed, acted, and written movie. I think all those things are great. And before I get into my review, Mason, I just want to get one thing out of the way, because this movie was picked by Abel from the segment of the wheel I related to this character too much. So before we really start, I want to ask Abel a question. Abel, are you fucking-K? Are you okay, dog? What?
Well, when I watched this movie, I just thought it was very... I related to it a lot because I feel like the character that Adam Sandler plays has a lot of... He's kind of like a extreme example of a lot of things that a lot of people experience, like anxiety and awkward conversations. How many, the part where he says bye-bye after a date, and he says bye-bye, you stupid motherfucker, to himself, just little things like that, I feel like everybody's been there before, and I don't know, when I watched it, it just kind of right time for me. Yeah. Just hit different, I don't think and I don't personally watch movies in a way, or did when I was a kid, relate to a character too much, Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I felt like this was a good choice for me for that category.
Okay.
So it was not written for me.
I want to say one more thing, and then I'm going to continue with my review of it, my preliminary thoughts. Listeners, I don't think that Abel is like Barry Keoghan in this movie.
Barry Keoghan.
Is that his name? What's his...
Barry Egan. Barry Keoghan is an actor.
Barry Egan. He is an actor. You're right. Whoops. I don't think Abel is a super awkward man who smashes windows and shit whenever a conversation doesn't go perfectly, or whenever people ignore him about his special interests.
Yeah?
Do you? Have you ever smashed a sliding glass window? He does it like 3 times.
I have not.
But yes,
That's
I
not
think
particularly how like I express my emotions, but like it's a good visual depiction of like what you might be feeling, like a movie.
Gotcha. I think this movie, here's what I'll say. It's going to kind of be long, and I think this movie is well acted. I think it's well directed. I think it's shot well. I think it's well written for what it's trying to do. I do think that it's an Oscar bait movie, or it's like an award bait movie, and I hate that. Just the way it's shot and the way it's directed, not like it in the way that like. Whenever they do, so there's a couple different types of Oscar bait movies. I was having this conversation with a friend. I've had this conversation a lot. To me, there's like 2 types of Oscar bait movies. There's like a huge movie that they put a lot of money into that they wouldn't normally put a lot of money into, but that is an incredible story and will make money based off winning awards, right? So like movies like Oppenheimer, or movies like 12 Years a Slave, or movies like Moonlight, right?
The Departed.
That's a gangster. That was made at a time where people went and saw gangster movies. I don't think of Departed in the same way. This category for me is movies that they wouldn't make unless they could market that it was an Oscar winner. Like that the corporations wouldn't make, right? And I think art and the world is better for them being made, but I don't necessarily think that you could make this without like you could make them without the backing of some artist or like a bunch of actors, right?
Yeah.
Then there's another camp of Oscar bait movies that I call the cheap emotion camp. And I don't mean, what I mean by cheap emotion is that the idea for most like Oscar voters, I feel, and the like thing they want is that movies are supposed to make you feel something. When you sit and watch a movie, you're supposed to feel something, right? And to me, the cheapest feeling and the easiest feeling, cheapest not in terms of like money spent, but like the easiest to attain, is discomfort. And I think that's what this is. Because every time, most scenes in this movie are uncomfortable to watch and sit in. The date is super uncomfortable to watch and sit in. Actually, anytime the main character of this movie interacts with another human being outside of beating the shit out of them, it's really uncomfortable to sit in and watch. Which is what they're going for. That's not a slight on the movie. But it does, for me, fall into a camp of, like, artsy movies where at the end you go, what was the point? What are we trying to tell or showcase to the audience? Right?
I guess so. I don't know. I found it funny most of the time. Right.
And it is supposed to be funny, but it's a type of it's a discomfort funny. It's like
it's cringe humor before cringe became the worst word you could use to describe anything.
It's like The American Office.
Kind of.
Not
painfully
in terms
awkward.
of tone. Yes, it is painfully awkward. And for me, personally, not my cup of tea. I get too into it, and instead of finding it funny, I feel awkward, right?
Same.
Which is not a slight on the movie at all. It's just like it affected my enjoyment of it. I felt the same way about it's not for the same reason, but I felt a lot of the same way about this as I did about Poor Things. I don't know if either of you have seen Poor Things.
I've seen Poor Things. That is a very uncomfortable watch at points.
It's really uncomfortable for most of the movie. And Poor Things is making a very good, decent point, and it has a good theme. But also, I feel like Poor Things, most of the runtime is sex scenes. Did you get that feeling, Abel? There's like the whole second act is a fuckfest.
I watched it with my family.
Oh no. Oh, mistake.
I mean, it was good.
No, it's a good movie.
Yes, I am well aware of the sexual content of that movie.
I'm not saying Poor Things is a bad movie, and I'm not saying this is a bad movie. I'm saying I think I was as uncomfortable sitting and watching Poor Things in a public space as I was sitting and watching this.
Really?
Yes, 100%. Like, I had to take breaks. I watched this in like 2 sittings.
Huh.
But I think it's amazingly written and directed. And acted. I think Adam Sandler... I would say the acting is better than the writing. Anyway, Mason, what did you think?
I guess similarly along the lines of Carter, where I think it's a good movie, but I just don't think it's my cup of tea. Where, like, I hate Painfully Awkward. There's a handful of scenes in this movie that I'll be honest, if I was watching this movie in my own time, I probably would have turned the movie off and never finished because I just can't. I can't sit through that. And there was definitely like funny moments, but it took me like 20 minutes maybe to realize that like a lot of the stuff was intended to be funny. I was like, am I supposed to laugh? Is this supposed to be serious? Like, it took me a while to like figure out what was going on.
Yeah. I see that. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just like funny, and a lot of the times when things are like so fucking weird in a movie or something, like even if it's not supposed to be funny, I find myself laughing.
Well, like I'm sure, for example, I'm sure the sisters were intended to be funny, right? How they just verbally abuse him. But
yeah, I think it was supposed to be funny, but also like really intense.
I just found myself siding with him and hating all the sisters.
Yeah, they're the worst. I don't think you're supposed to side with them.
No, but all. I think what Mason's saying is that drowned the comedy out for him. Is that it stops being funny to a point where you just go, at a certain point it stops being funny because you're just like, this is abuse. It's like right, Mason? Is that kind of the... Yeah. Like, and that's the point. I'm not saying that as a slight against the movie, but for an audience, it is like you lose your comedy if in most of your scenes you're like, oh, he's being taken advantage of and he doesn't know better, or he's so sad and miserable he doesn't care. Like the sex line thing is clearly supposed to be funny. Like the sex phone line when he gives his social security number and home address.
Yes.
Also, shout out. I might dox myself here because it's a small neighborhood. Shout out Sherman Oaks. Let's fucking go. Some rep.
I saw that and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's where Carter is.
Shout out Sherman Oaks, people. Nobody listens. Everybody who listens to this already knows me, so it doesn't fucking matter. Don't put this part in a TikTok clip, Abel.
I'll do my best.
But yet, like, that whole scene, like, that scene starts funny. You're like, oh, he's going to call a sex line. That's funny. And it ends funny where he actually just wants a therapist. But it's 2002. 2, he's from, like, an abusive family. And, like, 3, he's, like, not very smart. So he doesn't know how to go about getting a therapist. So he just calls for someone to talk to.
Well, because the newspaper ad can't be blatant and being like, you know, come have sex with us. It's like, do you want to talk with a girl? And he's like, I would love somebody to talk to, please.
And at the end, he ends up jerking off because that's what the sex line operator is expecting. Like, that's the social pressure that he's being put under, even though he just wanted to talk about his day. And he wanted to share his special interest, which me and Mason, I know, have done, and I know Abel does this. If you're any type of non-neurotypical, you want to share your special interest, you want to tell people about it, and he just wants someone to listen to him about the fucking pudding cup loophole. He found a cool loophole. Miles. He wants to tell someone so bad, and no one gives a shit. And the whole movie, I was going, I'd listen, that's fucking awesome. I'll go buy $3,000 worth of pudding cups right now. That's 1 million frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, go to Hawaii.
Dude, straight up, fuck this.
There were just so many hilarious lines for from the phone sex scene where she's like, "Are you jacking it right now?" And he's like, "No."
Well, it's great because
I'm
she
just
can
standing here.
She can tell he's not really like, he's not in that energy, at least like yet, she must think. So she'll hit him with like 2 regular questions like, how was your day? What are you doing right now? And then she'll be like, is your cock hard? And he's like, no, not really.
I have a quote pulled up here. Are you stroking it yet, baby? No, I'm not. Is your cock hard? I don't know what it's doing right now.
I was just, it's the best line. I don't know what it's doing right now.
I don't know what it's doing right now.
It's so good. It's a great line. I think it's a really well-written movie. But that scene, the comedy for me is undercut. Because I'm like, that dude just gave his social. Also, I just want to say, the scammers in this movie, I know it's not the point, but they're fucking idiots. If you have his social security number and his home address and his phone number, you can just start a line of credit in his name. You do not need him to send you money.
Yeah, nothing comes from the social security number. They shouldn't have even asked for that. They could have just taken it out of the movie and it would have been more realistic.
Yeah, because there's no way you would send people to go beat the shit out. You could just commit fraud. That's the scam, is that they're committing fraud.
The movie would just be Barry on the phone with his bank the whole time.
I know, but Abel gave the fix to that. This is what I'm saying. This is why I don't like, if you just took out the social security part, then this scam, the whole thing makes sense. But these scammers are fucking morons, which makes sense because they're from Utah. Boom, got them. Fuck you, Utah.
And their front is a mattress store.
Yes.
And also not like a nice looking one, it seems.
No, well, because it's a front for a sex line fraud operation.
Sex line fraud, which also is run out of a different building, I guess.
Did you guys like Philip Seymour Hoffman in this movie as the guy in charge of the whole thing?
I miss Philip Seymour Hoffman.
He's not in it a ton, but he's so funny.
I do like that he kind of seems like a regular like bad guy dude, and then once he meets head on, Barry has awkward energy the whole time, and then when his temper switches, he's so steaming. He's breaking bathrooms. I liked the line where he was like, I fought the bathroom, I'm sorry.
I beat up the bathroom.
I beat up the bathroom. But his energy meets Philip Seymour Hoffman and then just riles him up, and they start just screaming at each other on the phone.
Shot.
No, but
he's like never gotten a verbal altercation with somebody like that before, and he just doesn't know what to do.
He clears that truck of 4 dudes. He beats the shit out of 4 dudes, one of whom had a tire iron. He just fucking rocks their shit.
That also throws you for a loop, and you're like, what is this movie?
I thought it was legit. A dream sequence at first.
A dream.
Yes, I thought like it was going to be a Secret Life of Walter Mitty situation.
Oh, yeah.
But it never is. Everything that happens in this movie is happening. And it makes no sense. It's very heightened. This movie is very heightened. What do we think of the love story? Because it is the central plot. We haven't even mentioned it yet.
I like that because we were just talking about how neurotypical, you want someone interested in your niche interests. And he finally finds a girl who will listen to him talk about how he's scamming the system with frequent flyer miles and pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought the love story is nice. I do think that the woman's character is super not developed at all. Like, she doesn't really have like a much of a like character to her, because the movie is more focused on just establishing this guy's character and just being kind of in his world. I feel like I would have preferred if that like did more with her, but the point of the movie, I felt like, was that he found someone who accepted him and like listened to him and like treated him how he deserves to be treated, you know, like in a relationship of like a close relationship, because the only other close relationship he has is with his family, who all bully him relentlessly, like no matter what.
Yeah. It is kind of it's a rom-com, but you only get the rom-com from the perspective of one character.
Yeah, it's a rom-com in that there is romance in this comedy movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the romance isn't like the focal point.
Yeah, it's more that like there's something in the way of the romance, and that's the focus, is Barry solving this problem in his personal life that's keeping him from having a relationship with her. So that's more the focus, is him trying to sort out the extortion situation.
Yeah, and just like regardless of the extortion situation, because I feel like that is a plot element that is used to show his character growth, because he starts to, towards the end, he starts to be upfront about things, where at the beginning of the movie you see him and he's lying about everything he does because he's embarrassed about everything and he doesn't want to accept that
she's
in front of people. Yeah, she's a liar. Did you just beat up that bathroom? No. Your hand is bleeding. I know.
I cut it on my knife.
Yeah, on my knife.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I didn't do anything.
I'm going to bash your fucking head in.
I love, eventually the waiter loses it. He's like, I can't with you, dude.
Yeah. He says it like so calmly still, but it's like, that is, you can't say that, man. Yeah, and by the end of the movie, he just starts to kind of accept things and stand up for himself, and then it's kind of illustrated by him doing all the things to the Philip Seymour Hoffman character, and like really like showing up in person and calling him on the phone and like just standing up to him in the only way that he feels is right, which is totally kind of unexpected on his part. And it makes for some really funny sequences, but it also shows character growth in a fun, interesting way that makes I don't know, it felt pretty gratifying at the end to see him change and be happy. Have you guys seen other movies by this director?
Why don't you
Thomas
tell
Anderson?
us? Why don't you tell us some of his other movies, and we'll tell you.
He did The Master, There Will Be Blood. He did There Will Be Blood, Boogie Nights, Licorice Pizza. He's got this new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio coming out in September.
Oh, that looks good. Yes, that looks good.
Yeah, he's definitely like kind of got a bit of a niche directing like offbeat comedies. But he also does some movies that are like very much like no jokes in them. Like There Will Be Blood doesn't really have any jokes. Magnolia, which I haven't seen. But they're very entertaining. Always very character driven.
I like how they wrote two scenes in which Barry has to run to Lena's apartment, and then he has to give a monologue to her while hyperventilating.
It's really cool seeing Adam Sandler like give a really good performance, because I don't know. I feel like if you had only seen like his like goofball comedy stuff, you wouldn't think that he had it in him.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing I can compare it to really is probably Uncut Gems. Is his other like really good try at acting.
Have you seen his Netflix movie?
Which one?
Carter. There's a handful.
He makes
It's
like
not
one
a
a
comedy.
year.
It's not one of his comedy. Adam
Oh, is it
Sandler's.
Spaceman?
There's one I like.
Yes, Spaceman. I really like
I have not
Spaceman.
seen it.
It's good. It's very good.
Oh, it's directed by the Chernobyl guy.
Did either of you watch
There is
Hustle?
a-
I liked Hustle.
With the basketball
Oh, yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's a serious, more dramatic one, but he's like a scout.
With Anthony Edwards in it, right?
Yeah, he plays the like antagonist rival for the kid that Adam Sandler's character scouts.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that one. But I haven't seen Spaceman. You guys said you like that one.
I
I
like
haven't
that
seen
one.
it either.
Abel has not seen it.
Okay.
I'm excited for that other one that is based on a book, so it's not a copy of Spaceman. It's a copy of the book with the goose Ryan Gosling that's coming out soon. What's that one called?
Oh.
The Goose.
Oh, is that the one that's the Lord and Miller movie?
Yes, it's going to be much funnier. This one is not funny. Spaceman is not funny. This one looks like it's going to be funnier, but have a lot of heart. I really like Lord and Miller. They are good.
They're so great at everything, honestly.
Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're like super talented or something. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Weird, right?
They have a movie that they're directing called Carter Beats the Devil.
Oh shit. I don't think I'd beat the devil. Real talk, devil's only crime being like, hey, are you guys like curious?
Carter,
Do you
that
guys
could have
want-
been your wheel spin for this category. It could have been your wheel spin for this category.
Carter beats the devil.
I related to this one heavy.
I really related to this one.
Project Hail Mary is their first movie since 22 Jump Street. Directed. They've only like produced and wrote stuff since then.
Right. I was about to say they're a big part of the Spider-Verse, but
They don't direct them.
I don't think they direct them. You're right.
That's crazy. Because they're like, it feels like they're everywhere.
What was their TV show? They had a...
Clone High.
Yes. I fucking love Clone High. That's
My sister showed it to me, and I was like, "What is this?"
Clone High is one of my pudding cup things, and I just can't talk to it with anybody because no one's fucking seen it.
I knew it was a bad sign when my sister was like, "I got to show you this show," and then she opened up YouTube, and I was like, "Where are we going?"
Oh, dude. And they did a couple new seasons that I just haven't watched because I'm like, there's no way. There's no way it'll be as good. Oh, Clone High. So good. Do we have any more thoughts on Punch Drunk Love, or should we get into quotes?
I thought it was really funny when Lance, the second in command, just randomly, he's just sitting in a chair and it just breaks. He
Yes.
just falls over. That was really funny. I don't know why that happened. He just says the chair broke.
Or when what was in the middle of the warehouse that Barry like hits his hip on, and he's like, "Somebody's got to move that. Somebody's gonna hurt themselves on that." Like, I just hurt myself on that.
Oh my! Or the part in like the very beginning where he's selling his fungers. He's like, "We have an order for the." He's like really schmoozing the guy about these like plungers with like dice on them. And
Yeah,
he's like,
it's like a tube with toys inside that shakes when you move it.
and he's like, "We had a breakage issue, but these new ones, they don't break. See, watch." And he just fucking smashes it on the disc. And it shatters. And he's like, "Oh, this is one of the old ones. This is embarrassing." And he
I love the detail that he has his credit card memorized, like, so he just says it on the phone that he doesn't even have to like look for it, because then later on when he is fighting the people and he gets shoved to the ground, they show the license plate and it's like, oh, he's going to memorize that because he's got a really good memory for stuff like that. And then I don't even know if he even uses the license plate later in the movie, but he should have. If I was writing it, he should have, because that's...
I think I would have added a scene where that's how he finds them in Utah.
Mm-hmm. No, he just remembers the name of the mattress company that they charge it under for the card, which is also an interesting detail that kind of links with it. But I just love how his weird little mannerisms, too, when he's getting ready for work the next day after the phone sex line operator conversation. He's like getting ready for work or whatever, picks up the phone, and then as soon as he realizes that she's talking to him, like he starts to back himself into the wall, like away from the camera. And then there's also just like he's looking at the piano or the toy piano in the road, and he gets startled by a truck driving by, and instead of like backing away from it and like catching his breath afterwards, he just grabs the piano and then runs all the way back to his warehouse. Just those little mannerisms were so fun. That's all I have before quotes.
Let's do it.
I only have one.
I have one that I want to talk about, and I think it showcases the abuse. Abel stole my other one, and the fact that you could really just...
I had that one too.
You could really just say anything in 2002. There is a scene in this movie where all 7 of his sisters say the same line, and the line is variations of, "Remember when we used to call you gay boy?"
I have that written down too.
And then it made you throw a hammer through its sliding glass door.
Like, come on, 2002. What do we do in 2002? 1, what do we do in 2002? 2, what are we doing all 7 sisters? Are you serious? Like, everyone involved in that needs to chill out. I think everyone needs to absolutely calm down. Because anyway, that's my quote. It's just absolute abuse. Just what me and Mason were talking about earlier.
My quote is, initially, Barry meets the love interest in the movie because it's a friend of his sister's. And when he flies to Hawaii to simultaneously avoid the people who are coming after him and to follow the love interest to Hawaii, who's there on business, he gets there and he has no idea where she is. So he realizes he has to get her phone number. So he calls his sister. And of course, she starts pestering him. He's like, "Hey, I was wondering if I could get that number." And she starts pestering him. She's like, "Why do you want the number? Why do you want the number?" And he finally loses it and hits his breaking point, and he goes, "You're killing me with the way you are towards me. All I want is the fucking number, and that should be goddamn good enough for you. Now give me the fucking number. You fucking hear me? I'm sick of this fucking shit. Stop fucking treating me this way and give me the fucking number. I'll fucking kill you. You want that?" And the way he loses it in that scene is so great.
Yeah, he gets pushed to his breaking point a lot by those people.
His family.
Yeah. I have a few. I'll do my runner-ups, and yeah, I said it at the beginning, but where he pulls the brother-in-law into the room and he goes, "I'm just asking because you're a doctor. I don't like myself sometimes. Can you help me?" And he goes, "Barry, I'm a dentist."
It's great.
That was hilarious. And then he goes, this is a different quote. "I have to get more pudding for this trip to Hawaii. As I said that out loud, I realized it sounded a little strange, but it's not." And then I think my favorite quote from this movie is when he's in Hawaii and he's hanging out with the girl and they're on the beach and they're looking at the beach. And he goes, "It really looks like Hawaii here."
No, that one's good. like, yeah, brother. Yes.
Well, there's also the whole scene we didn't even mention, how they're like finally becoming intimate and they're like making out. And she's like, "You're so cute. I want to bite your cheek." And then he's like, "I want to smash your face."
And she just goes with it.
No,
She's just like, "I want to scoop your eyeballs out and
Yeah.
fucking pummel them or whatever."
This is why I'm kind of disappointed we don't get more of her, is because she is definitely as crazy as him. Like,
Yeah, that's why they're great together. And like that's a nice storyline that you can take from this movie where you're like, the relationship is wholesome even if like the main character's so off-putting.
But they're both off-putting because off-putting, get it? He likes pudding. But
That's where you got the coupons.
that's where he got the frequent flyer miles.
Off-putting.
Anyway, but she kind of stalks him a little bit, not to like a detrimental. She doesn't like abuse him or is detrimental to him in her stalking, but she's
just
drops
like
her,
setting up meet cutes.
yes,
you know?
in a weird way, in like a really weird, because like one of his sisters showed her a picture of him, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to drop my car off at the mechanic next to his office and then ask him to watch my car and give him the keys to my car."
My car.
My
That
car.
was a great Emily Watson impression. My car.
My car. Hello, Adam Sandler. It is me, the love interest of this movie.
Here are the keys to my car.
Here are the keys to my car. In this movie, will we ever see anything from my perspective or anything about my life? No. I am going to Hawaii on business. That will set up a cute little thing that we can do later.
I want to bite his face.
I would like to bite you on the cheek, but intimately, intimacy style.
Shot.
That was cool. Are we ready to rank?
Yeah, you guys go first.
Mason?
It doesn't have the nostalgia factor for me. I'm saying cons before I say pros. It doesn't have the nostalgia factor, and the awkwardness is not my cup of tea. It's a struggle for me to sit through. But I acknowledge a lot of the funny moments in this movie. I think after I finally got oriented in the story and kind of figured out what was going on, I was like, okay, I'm enjoying the movie now. So I think I'll rest on a 7 out of 10 for my final.
Okay.
I'm in the same. I literally am going to give it the same score, and I'm in the same camp. This is not my preferred type of movie. I prefer a movie with a little bit more to say than this, right? I prefer less awkwardness, and I think, and also when I say a little bit more to say, I mean a little bit more to say in like how well done this movie is, right? Which isn't really fair. It's an unfair quota for it. But I think if you're going to do a movie this well, it has to say something, personally, for me to enjoy it. And yeah, I just can't. There's some scenes I just can't sit through. There are scenes in this movie I cannot sit through. So even though it's like incredibly made and acted, like it's, I am going to give it a 7 also. Also, it's kind of tonally all over the place for me.
You guys ever seen I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson?
Bits and pieces.
Same.
Do you guys think that's funny?
Yeah, yes.
Some of it.
But that's a sketch show. It's way shorter.
Some of that is so cringy. Like I just can't watch it like the first time, but then the second time, third time I'm watching it, it's just the funniest, most quotable
just
shit.
Speaking generally on sketch comedy for me, it's usually hit or miss. Like it's either funny or you're like kind of struggling through it.
I would also say because it's sketch comedy, you have to sit in it for less time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even mean the cringe. Like, if a sketch is longer than, like, the cringe scene in a movie, I still would rather watch the sketch because the cringe scene in the movie, I have to be with that character for the rest of the movie, right? Whereas the sketch, I'm with them for the cringe and then they disappear. And then that character's gone forever. You never have to fucking think about that character again or live with that character in their life. So, and also, by that same token, the tone stays the same throughout an entire sketch. It's very tonally succinct.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really. I think the tonal inconsistency is kind of part of why I like this movie. I like movies that kind of cover a lot of bases and it's kind of like a tonal collage, I guess, is how I see it more. Like there's just really funny scenes, really awkward scenes that become funny or dramatic depending on where the scene goes. And there's a lot of good. The cinematography is great. The lighting I love in some of the scenes, like especially where like he's walking around the warehouse and just through the middle of it just gets all dark and you can barely see him and you can just see a silhouette. Like there's just a lot of really intentional decisions with how everything's portrayed in this movie. The music is great. I like the score. I like the songs that they choose to use outside of the score. Besides Uncut Gems, this is definitely my favorite Adam Sandler performance that I've seen. And everybody else, I mean, there's only a couple other actors in it for more than a little while. Like Emily Watson is great as playing like this super earnest, down to earth, like kind of person. And then Philip Seymour Hoffman is hilarious and a really good, like slimy villain for most of the movie. And Luis Guzman as the attendant in like his second in command in the business does a lot of just like straight man kind of, what are you doing, Barry? And he's like, I'm going to Utah right now. I have to leave. I have to go. Bye. Where were you, Barry? I was in Hawaii for like a week. Like,
that's not the best is like when that. He says to him, I'm going to Hawaii. And he's like, oh, that's amazing. And he's like, yeah. So we need to buy more pudding cups.
There's just no relation there. I have to buy more pudding cups so I can go to Hawaii. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like this movie a lot. I think it's sweet and the message is good. The jokes are funny. Everything feels intentional, and I like watching like his other movies, Paul Thomas Anderson. Like you kind of get a feel for. I think this was only like his third or fourth movie, maybe. Like he's still kind of like demonstrating his like range or whatever of like tones and stuff. And I don't know. He's a director that I have liked basically everything I've seen from him. And this is just like a kind of tone setting movie for that filmography. I'm going to give this a 9. I really like it.
Fair. Also, I want to explain when I say it's tonally all over the place, I don't mean like a lot of feelings are explored or felt and like different scenes feel different. I mean like it goes from like a pretty like laid back, played straight movie to main character bashes window. And then it does that for, like, it has, like, a romantic scene. It's set in Hawaii, and then, like, it has a man beats up 4 men with a tire iron in 2 minutes flat and doesn't break a sweat.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean by tonally all over the place. Not that, like... Anyway.
I know what you're saying. I like how it jumps around from, like, a really...
Yeah.
funny scene or whatever to, like, a heartfelt scene. That's kind of the appeal.
Movie is officially rated.
Yeah.
What have people been up to? What's up? What's going on? The fuck's going on?
I haven't watched anything. I'm realizing that I don't necessarily know the artists behind like popular like metal bands and stuff. Like I just want to know. Like so, I've just been listening to like their big like random bands, big songs, like Metallica, like Slayer, AC/DC, just like, that's just kind of a blind spot. Like I know a lot of the songs, but I don't necessarily know the artist or the name of the songs or like what other songs that they've done. So I've just been doing that a little bit. That's been a lot of fun. Yeah. Some songs that I've been enjoying lately was Painkiller by Judas Priest. I knew this song from Rock Band 2 when I was a kid, and I didn't really like it, but now I really like it. It's really corny sounding nowadays, but it's good. Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold. It's kind of a banger. And then Meet Your Maker by In Flames. I like that too. Also been listening to a lot of Nina Geraci. Did I bring that up last episode? I think I did. Yeah, and then today I also listened to the new Clips album, which is Pusha T and Malice. They're both rappers and they're brothers, and this is their duo Clips. And they were around in like the early 2000s and then kind of stopped making music together, and Pusha T is obviously a bigger name now. I'm guessing you guys are familiar, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
This new album is completely produced by Pharrell Williams, who's the person who inspired them to rap together in the first place. It's got some big features. The song with Kendrick, Chains and Whips, is good. It's a Tyler the Creator feature that's pretty good. Nas is on one of them. I don't know. I was listening to it at work and then things got busy, so it looped like 4 times. I heard it a lot today. But yeah, good shit. And then the new Joe album, Joe Keery, The Crux, came out a few months ago, but I just listened to it now. It's solid. That's what I've been listening to.
Mason, what you got?
Happy Gilmore 2. I enjoyed that. I will say, though, that there's so many cameos that at this point, I would say if you don't know golfers, you probably wouldn't enjoy the second as much as the first. But I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it. The bit where, somebody gets killed by a golf ball. It's Happy Gilmore, dude. He's back. I watched 47 Meters Down, that shark one.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of dog, but I just don't think that a thriller is great if I'm laughing when somebody gets snagged by a shark. I don't think you got the atmosphere right in that sense. I watched The Ritual. That was okay. It's about 4 British dudes who go hiking through Sweden.
I've seen that.
Yeah. It was okay. It wasn't I thought the atmosphere was better in that. It was spookier.
Oh, it's got that. Is that the one with that weird flesh moose?
Yeah. I watched Brightburn.
That one's kind of mid from what I can remember.
I watched Brightburn. That.
Oh, was that good?
I was disappointed because I love the concept, but I didn't like the direction they took it. There was a slight element of, because Carter, you remember previews for that, right?
I've seen Brightburn.
Okay. I thought that the premise that power corrupts, right? And children aren't fully developed, so they're susceptible to things like temper tantrums. Compound that with superpowers. I think you actually have a plot there that you can flesh out. I didn't necessarily understand where they went with kind of the almost possession aspect, where he's kind of hearing the alien voices,
Yeah.
So that disappointed me a little bit, where I thought it could have been better. And it wasn't overwhelming to me, but it felt slightly like the gore in that movie was just kind of turned up for shock factor a little bit.
Yes.
Where I was it didn't have to be that gruesome. I understand it's R-rated and superhero, so you want to show what that'd be like, but you know. It definitely felt
you
like certain
boys it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think definitely it can be done tastefully, and then it can be done to an extreme sense where you're like, that's not necessary. I watched Talk to Me, that horror movie with good? Like, well, I was interested in it because I realized who made it, and it's these two these brothers who have a YouTube channel in Australia.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
And I was like sort of familiar with them because they were like friends with YouTubers that I'd watched in the past. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that they're venturing into like filmmaking. And it's got like a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. But I liked it. I thought it's pretty like eerie, and it's definitely like gruesome at certain points. But whereas like a lot of horror movies, I think, are kind of just a thrill ride to the end, and then you're like, it's finally over. I liked the ending of this one. I won't give it away, but I like the way they kind of wrap up the story, and I like the way they capped off the story for this one, and I think it's done a little bit better. And then I watched Untamed, that new Netflix show. It's Eric Bana. He's not a park ranger, but he's like a federal agent in Yosemite. And there's like a few murders. So it's like a murder mystery. But it's only like 6 episodes. I like that one.
Which episode does he get laid off in?
Last. But you kind of, it actually is funny. There's literally a character says it in the show. Like, he's kind of an asshole. He's kind of prickly, but he has been ever since his child died. And so he's like, we kind of give him a pass because of that. And it's like, yeah, you kind of give somebody a little bit of a pass to be depressed when they lost their kid. So he's kind of dealing with that and working through that, and then following the murder storylines in the park. And then the last thing I watched, have you seen Adolescence?
No, but my mom has and keeps telling me to watch it. I've heard it's really good. I've seen videos of how they film certain scenes on TikTok.
Is there like more to be made? Or is that it?
I think it's just a mini series is my
because it doesn't.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, it's only 4 episodes. I don't know. It felt unfinished to me in a way. Where like I kind of thought it was going to be a true crime thing because a kid is accused of murder. He keeps saying, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. You see some evidence that I won't say laid out that makes you think, well, I kind of feel like he's lying then. And so you kind of are like, well, is this like am I going to see the case unfold then? And it doesn't really. It kind of switches focus to like his family, where I felt like it was I felt like the show wasn't really about his case. It was more about like the impact of all the people and like the family and the community when somebody this young commits that serious of a crime. That's what it felt like more to me. So it wasn't initially what I expected. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a watch.
That is everything. I watched a bunch of shit.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Sounds like it, bro. What did I talk about last episode?
You tell me, man.
I don't know. I haven't really watched anything. Oh, you know what? I watched Fantasy High on Dropout. Dungeons and Dragons is cool. And those people are funny. That's really all I watched. I haven't really been doing anything the past couple weeks. Yeah,
Listen
that's
to any fresh tunes? Any fresh bops?
Yeah, some fresh tunes. No, I'm not good at talking about music. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to review music. A friend of mine is trying to introduce me to more music, so they sent me a bunch of songs to listen to, and I like the band Arcade Fire.
My parents like that band.
Yep.
Music. 2 songs. Lay Down by Sun Little. Very relaxing. A lot of horns, a lot of horn instruments. Gave me an old feel. I was surprised it was a new song. And then Skipping Seasons by Arden Jones. He's from San Francisco. He's kind of poppy. So if you don't like that, you probably won't like him. But I like a lot of his stuff. A lot of ukulele stuff. I think it's catchy.
Do we have any emails, Abel?
Nope.
Then that's the episode, I think, right?
That's the episode. What are we watching next week?
You tell us.
There's a Spike Lee movie coming out, so we could watch a Spike Lee joint. If not, we could spin.
Let me look. Let's see. What do you guys want to do? Which would you guys prefer?
I've just got a list that's accumulating that I'm not burning through.
Ooh. We could spin, or we could watch Black Klansman. That's such a good movie.
We watch Malcolm X.
Or we could watch Malcolm X.
3.5 hours.
Ooh, or we could watch Black Klansman. What do we think? What do we think?
We could watch his Old Boy remake that I've heard is terrible.
It's got a 5.8 stars on IMDb here.
Inside Man, that's a good movie.
Let's spin. Whose spin is it? Should we just spin?
I spun last week for Punch Drunk Love, and then before that it was it's you, Carter.
Oh, sick.
All right, you ready?
No.
I am.
Tell me when.
I'm ready now. It's spinning. Oh my god, guys, it's so exciting. It's spinning. Oh my god. No. No.
No.
No. No. No. No. Why?
Respin.
But for why though? But we don't. Oh my god.
He's so mad that his connection is going away.
Oh my god. All right, music.
Respin.
No, it spun. I gotta play the
No,
cards
it didn't.
as they
Spin
lay.
it.
Nah, fuck it.
Spin it.
There's good.
Cut this.
There's
Spin
good.
it. What are you getting?
I got musical, dude. I got a musical.
It's your
So
call, Carter.
We now have to watch a musical. No, we'll spin it. That's the whole point of the spin. If we just spin until we get something we want, then there's no point.
Well, there's categories we haven't even done yet.
All right, we can respin. Let's respin. It was so close to VHS Classic. I'm so pissed. All right, give it a respin. Fuck a musical.
Respinning. World is actually bad. Well, this is one that you put in there.
It is.
So
can we go back to musical? Fuck. No.
Something good.
Let's watch Black Klansman. That
Was
worked.
a movie from your childhood.
The world is actually bad. That's about the KKK.
Over the hedge.
I remember you describing me as this like one being like breaking it to a child. Hey, the world is actually bad. Which I guess Black Klansman could work if you showed a child that movie, but
Actually, Carter, tell me if this fits. Office Space.
Ooh, actually, that's very pertinent to now. Let's watch Office Space. Let's fuck around and do it. Let's do it.
Office Space?
Yeah, let's do it.
Fuck
Over
yeah.
Black Klansman? Okay.
Let's do it. I mean, like, Black Klansman
Office
would be
Space.
synergy, but Mason seems like he doesn't want to watch it.
I've seen it.
Mike Judge Classic.
Classic.
All right. Office Space. That's actually perfect. I have to be on a plane for 5 hours in 2 days. That's perfect.
All right. We'll see you guys next week watching Office Space.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Yeah, take care.
See ya.